This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions. Hi, this is Joe Rabil with Invest Like a Pro. So today I want to discuss how to use 3 time frames in a trading strategy. Most of the time I discuss the 2 time frame pattern, but there are ways to take it down one more level, and I think there are times when it's actually very appropriate. So let's go ahead and get into this example so you have a better understanding of how to do this. I'm using PayPal as my example, and I've got a weekly chart up, and what I want to discuss is so if we have this decline, we've got this decline going very strong. You see the confirmation in MACD to a new low. MACD goes to a new low. Notice how strong the ADX reading was. Notice how red DI went to a new high. Remember, the red DI is going to go with price. So even if we are looking at a decline, the red DI is going to go up because it's showing the strength of the selling. So we have confirmation on a decline. Now the second thing is, now we need a rally off of that. And we get this rally right here, okay? So at this point, there's a couple of things you need to evaluate on this time frame to determine whether you think you have a trade or not. We certainly have a potential trade based on the strength of the decline and the rally up. We had confirmation on a momentum basis. The second thing you want to look at is the potential downside. And if I look at this, I think there's room, because the bigger support area, yeah, we have this low here, but that's a part of a declining, a strong momentum situation, which means that there's a very good chance that we're going to break that on the next way down. So I want to see what the bigger support levels are when I'm evaluating this as a potential trade. And if you see this, we do have room. I mean, there's a pretty good amount of distance. If I'm looking at this somewhere, say 115 to 120 as a potential entry, the downside is probably down, say 85 to 90. To be conservative. So if I know I have that, that's my starting point. I've got a good momentum. I've got a rally up. I've got an 18 and the 40 that are declining. Would I prefer to see this rally up a little closer to the 18? Yeah, I would like that. But if you notice, the last time that didn't happen and we got a pretty big drop. So it's almost like this is so weak to the downside that it just isn't ready to rally back up. Now, I do recognize that this has made a big drop already, okay? But that's why I evaluate the downside objectives, because if this had taken place, so just to give you an idea, if we had dropped here and rallied here, and my target, looking at the bigger picture, my target's, down in this zone, and I don't have any room, then this is a pass. I'm not going to do this trade. No matter how good the momentum is, I'm not going to put on a new trade. If I were long this, if I were short this stock from up here and I was looking for a bigger play, I wouldn't necessarily cover it just because it's hitting this zone. I would look at the momentum characteristics, but I'm not going to put on a new position here, or I should say down here, if I know there's a lot of support coming in, okay? So right now, this meets the criteria of what I would be looking for a setup, okay? This is the setup time frame. This is the setup time frame. All right, now, what I want to do is actually just draw a little circle here. Oops, little circle. Okay, now, I've highlighted this rally as this is rallied up. I do recognize that we had a pretty big green bar, okay, but there wasn't any follow through from that over the next 2 bars. That's on a weekly chart, okay? So what I want to do now is I'm going to split the screen and I'm going to switch this to a daily, and we've got our 2 more time frames. I've got the daily chart up in the area. I'm going to move this just a little bit, okay? So as this is moving up on the daily chart, I know I've got a setup developing on the weekly. Now, typically, what I suggest to you is to use just 2 time frames, and you can do that in this situation if you want. Okay, I mean, if you just want to use 2 time frames, and you've got your 0 line reversal set up, and you've got low ADX, What bugs me a little bit about this is that it's tough to draw a trend line here. And if I'm looking at this and I'm trying to draw a trend line, I'm trying to figure out, can I draw this trend line or can I draw that trend line? And they're not crystal clear, okay? And I can look at the zigzag and I can see that the zigzag has shown, it went to a new low and then it took out this prior high and we've done no more, meaning we're a bull alert. Bull alert is what we're looking for the trigger time frame. I put these on, I put the zigzag on because I want you to understand. If we come down and we make this pattern on the opposing trend pattern, that's really not typically what I'm looking for. I want to see a move down and one of these. I want an ABC up. Now what you could do is come down, make a new low and do that. And that's the same sort of thing. Both of those are bear bull alert patterns. Okay, so I'm going to draw this again. So you could make a higher bottom and a higher high, or you could just make a higher high. Okay, both of those are basically bull alert patterns. If I do this, now all of a sudden I've got two higher bottoms and two higher highs. I'm a little bit more reluctant. I guess it depends on what MACD and ADX are saying, but for the most part, if I see this, I'm a lot more reluctant to put a trade to the short side because this trend is actually looking like it's reversing. What I'm looking for is a ABC up, a counter trend rally. I'm not looking for a reversal in the trend. So if you notice, this is just a bull alert. You see how it just went to a minor new high like that? Okay, so that meets the criteria of what I'm looking for. We've got the zero line reversal. We've got low ADX. Remember, you want to know what the price pattern is doing because I know that if this turns down from here, this is a failed bull alert and we're probably going to reverse down hard. Okay, if this had rallied up, pulled back, gone to another new high, you know, I'd probably be looking at this saying, wow, this is starting to look like it's reversing the trend. Most of the time when that happens, MACD has a lot of overrun, green DI is showing a little bit more strength, and so you have the confirmation there, but you want to know what the price action and the zigzag. I like using the zigzag, especially when you're starting out, to get a feel for this setup that I'm talking about. So I've got my ABC up. It's not really an ABC because it went to a new low, but generally speaking, that's what we're looking at. We've got our zero line reversal and we've got low ADX. Now, because it's a little bit more convoluted up here, it's a little harder to define the 1, 2, 3 reversal top. You could wait until you break the 40 and you're in the zone. You could wait for you break to 40 and take this trade here. But when we're looking at a target that's say right in this zone, and you have to put a stop up here and buy it down, short it down here, I mean, you're looking at a tougher risk reward situation. So what I like to do when this is developing this way, and I know I don't have anything clear cut, is go down one more time frame. And if we look at this one, we can clearly draw in our trend line. Again, using the zigzag really helps because I can see that I have a higher high right here, and this is the low prior to the high. And I can use that as my anchor point, and then I draw the trend line off that. We have the 1, we have the 2, crystal clear. So now coming back down through here is your 3. So that's around 115-ish, something like that. That is a much, much better. That's basically on the open of this move down before you even break. It's actually right as you're breaking the 18 and probably a day or two before the MACD triggers. So by going one extra time frame. Now, one of the keys here, this is very, very important. If on the way up, you're showing any real strength here, then you can't do it this way. But if this time frame is showing no strength whatsoever, you can go down another time frame and you can be a little bit more aggressive with your entry. Okay, so this is a way to use 3 time frames, starting with the bigger time frame in this case, which was a weekly, and then going down to the daily and making sure the rally had no strength and preferably the zero line reversal, but not always, but definitely not having any strength on the rally. And then we go down to the lower time frame to get our true trigger, which is giving us a lot more confirmation than waiting all the way for a 40 break or something like that. Much earlier situation, better risk reward. And I think doing it this way is a really powerful a powerful way to add in an extra time frame and improve your timing. Now, if you notice, I didn't really bring up the ADX and MACD on this small trigger time frame, and it could be used. I mean, it's not like it's giving us anything that's telling us not to do it. But when I go down to a minor time frame like this, I've already done the work on the MACD and ADX here. I'm probably more inclined to go with the price action and the moving average setup than I am to be too focused on the information from the MACD and the ADX. Remember, these can be a little bit more lagging, especially when you go down to an intraday time frame and you have gaps and everything. They can lag a little bit. So just keep that in mind. But this is a good way to use 3 time frames, and you can start with a monthly, go to a weekly, and do a daily. You can do it that way. You could start with a daily, do an hourly, and a 10-minute. It'll work in any 3 time frames, consecutive time frames like this. Just make sure that the middle time frame has no strength. If you're going up like this, then on the pullback, we want no strength in the sellers, right? In this case, it's no strength of the buyers. Keep that in mind, and then you can go down to the lower time frame and get a better trigger. All right, so go ahead and post any questions or comments. We'll see you next time.